Welcome, guys. We have our speakers joined in, and we will be joined by the fifth speaker in 10 minutes. He is learning a little bit late due to some traffic. If you guys were listening to the previous week's podcast, you must know that we had some very interesting conversation, and we also went a little bit off topic and deflected some of the questions as well. And yes, we were all talking about how sector, the DePIN sector, is going to scale, and educating the masses, and how can we create a broad impact on the bigger space. So without further ado, let me introduce to the lovely speakers. And before that, guys, if you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up in the chat. That would be awesome, so that I can know you can. Okay, thank you, YJ. And we have okay, so we have, first of all, the one and only YJ. He is the founder of Cluster Protocol. And then we are joined by Katrina. She is the BDM of Stability World AI. So welcome, guys. Then we are joined by Zeus Chen, who is the co-founder and a good friend of mine from
Thank
Multiple
you.
Network. And then last but not the least, we have Eitan, who is the co-founder and CEO of Kima Network. So welcome back, Eitan. Welcome to the space. And I will give you, and will be joined by Erdem, who is the ambassador at REI Network. So he'll be joining us in 10 minutes. Till then, I would love to hear more about you guys, about your projects, and what's your roadmap looking like? How was your 2024, and what's your plan for the next year? So I want to start with you, YJ, and he's the founder of Cluster Protocol. And YJ, I was also talking to Anjali a couple of weeks back, and we had a good AMA regarding how this space is going to evolve and what challenges are we facing. So it was great connecting with someone with a good mind in the space. So welcome, YJ. I would really love you to, if you can introduce us to yourself, about your project, and how was your 2024.
GM everybody, GM to all the other panelists, GM Krishna. So yeah, I had a word around with you guys with Team Mizzle, and what you guys are doing is also very great. This is YJ from Cluster Protocol. Uh, like like 2024 was awesome. It was good for me personally as well as for Cluster Protocol as well. We recently even launched our private beta as well. So you guys can check that out. Rest apart from that, for cluster, right? If someone wants to know what cluster is, so what we are building is a coordination layer for AI agents. So we are Carnot engine fueling the whole AI ecosystem for an end user who wants to develop and build any of their AI applications or agents. So they can do that on our platform in a decentralized fashion. So that's pretty much all about it. And yeah, super excited to be on this space, sharing stage with Eaton and other folks.
Welcome to this space, YJ. And yes, I'm very excited to know more about AI agents. It's currently the hottest topic, and I would really love to know more when I ask you the panel questions. So welcome to the space. Moving on, we have Katrina. She is the BDM at Stability World AI. So Katrina, welcome to the space. I would really love if you can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your project.
Thank you. So, hi, can you guys hear me clearly? Yeah, I'm Karina, and today I'm representing Stability World AI to come here and share with other hosts on how AI, blockchain, and DePIN together represent the future of the innovation. So, let's talk a little bit about our project. So, we're a generative AI platform designed to empower Web3 enthusiasts, creators, and communities. Our mission is to bring AI tools to the blockchain ecosystem to offer our user the ability to create, train, and deploy custom AI models. At the moment, our vision is to make stability or AI accessible for both crypto enthusiasts and also traditional users. And we are taking step by step to bridge the gap between Web3 and the mainstream adoption. At the moment, we are about to have the IDO on January 12th and listing at the end of January next year, 2025. And thank you, Mizzle, for inviting us here to share about the vision of how three of the trial shape the future.
Welcome to the space, Katrina. Really love when you say that not only you're targeting Web3, but also a native Web2 user. So I think that's a fantastic strategy that you guys are doing, and I'm excited to know more about your project. Next up, we have Zeus. He is the co-founder of Multiple Network. And Zeus, welcome to the space, and congratulations for being awarded at Big Get's annual gala award. So congrats for that, and welcome to the space. Would love to know more about you and about your project.
Hey, thank you so much, Krishna. My mic isn't working that well. If it continues to crackle, are joining through my assistant's account, and it's great. So, multiple network. We are a DePIN project serving AI companies by enabling faster data transmission through our SD-WAN network, and anyone can contribute to it by providing and sharing their bandwidth and reward you with our tokens as well as our points. We're going to have our TGE in Q2 2025 with some of the biggest exchanges, and we will soon be making the announcement.
Hey, thanks for keeping it short and sweet. We'll love to know more about the multiple network project and what you guys are doing. And moving on, we have Eitan, who is the co-founder and CEO and Kima Network. And guys, Kima Network are the co-hosts for this evening. So guys, make sure you check them out as well. And Eitan, the mic is yours. Tell us more about you, about your project, and what's your plan for 2025.
Yes, hi, pleasure to be here, and thanks for having me today. So, Kima Network is a blockchain that has quite an ambitious role, I would say. We're solving the problem of fragmentation between multiple spaces, so any type of blockchain, but also the disconnect that we see between blockchains and decentralized apps versus the rest of the world, the banking system, fiat currencies. So basically what Kima does is it enables the smooth and secure transfer of funds and messages between the blockchain space and the traditional space. For instance, it allows for transactions to flow, monetary transactions to flow between wallets and bank accounts, messages between decentralized applications and Web2 centralized applications, and everything is done without intermediaries. Today, the only way to solve this this disconnect is by putting an intermediary in between. You can call it a bridge, you can call it some kind of centralized gateway. And Kima challenges this paradigm and says that if we use cryptographic algorithms to replace those intermediaries, that's why we have blockchains. So that's the mission of Kima. We provide that blockchain that uses cryptography instead of intermediaries to connect disparate ecosystems.
Thank you for your lovely answer and the lovely introduction. Excited to know more about Kima Network. And I'll start my panel questions with you, YJ. Before that, I would request our lovely audience to stick around, and because we are about to start the panel questions, they are very thought provoking, and make sure guys to check out Mizzle, Kima Network, who are the co-host for this evening, Multiple Network, Stability World AI. So before that, I just want you guys to have a close look at Mizzle's work. Mizzle is focused on making infrastructure truly decentralized and accessible. Our platform aggregates high performance compute and storage resources from top tier data centers, delivering unparalleled scalability and flexibility. We leverage cutting edge technologies like AI driven DevOps, advanced cybersecurity frameworks, and cryptographic solutions. Mizzle's aim is to lower the barrier for developer and provide a secure, decentralized alternative to traditional cloud providers. And we are very proud to collaborate with other DePIN projects and other AI projects in this space and contribute to the future of decentralized infrastructure. And very excited for today's session. So guys, we will be starting with a panel question, and the first question is this. Wait a second. Okay, no, never mind. The first question is, what are some of the untapped use cases where the combination of AI, blockchain, and DePIN could revolutionize traditional infrastructure systems? Would love to start with you, YJ. So if you have anything you would like to share with us.
Yes. So, yeah, like, yeah. So basically, like, you need to understand what is happening in the current scenario and what's the landscape. What does the landscape looks like at this point, right? So, be it anything, be it coding, be it token trading, token sniping, be it anything, literally anything. What people are doing is people want to automate that utilizing this agentic layer. What people want is people want to have agents for everything. They want the automation. Just like what Sam Altman said, that we will move towards AGI, that is autonomous general intelligence. That happens only when multiple agents will combine and talk to each other. And while talking, I'm not saying that, okay, they'll talk like just like how we are doing. Rather, there would be parameterized based architecture or solutions that would be there in the industry where, okay, let's say there's agent one. Agent one has done something, and it will be there would be an inference output to that, right? And if in case we have parameters for those outputs. So let's say if there's a trading agent which has done trading for you, let's say on like after 1 month it gives you results as, okay, total profit, maybe total TNP, there might be some other parameters as well. So there are a couple of parameters which this agent has given you. Then there is another agent in some another space that is there. Now these parameters would be passed to that second agent for autonomy, and this is how things would work, where you will achieve autonomous tasks, because there could not be a general, just like a chat GPT kind of a model, which would be so efficient for each and every task. Thus, you need to have small language models implemented and these agentic layers and webs implemented. And some of the best and the hot selling use case and utility driven use cases include getting the code done from AI, be it bolt.new if you have seen, be it cursor AI, be it there are many other solutions as well that are emerging in the market, which allows you to code the front end. Now next step to this would be to code the back end, and ultimately an application, a basic application based for the internet. So I guess, yeah, like would love to know opinion and thoughts over other folks as well, but this is what I believe in.
Hey, thank you for the answer, and thank you for setting up the context. Rightly said, it is moving towards automation, whether it's if you're talking about a front end use case. And sorry, I would like to know more opinions and more use cases where the combination of AI, blockchain, and DePIN could revolutionize traditional infrastructure systems. I would request Katrina to give us give us your 2 cents on this statement. Uh, in what are some of the use cases where the combination of these three sectors can revolutionize traditional infrastructure systems? Over to you.
Thank you for the question. So I I think that the one of the most important use case for AI is like envi- in environmental monitoring, because we need like auto AI to track on how natural resources, for example, so if it can track and monitor our air quality, so that when the people usually have like an application on their phone to predict on how the air quality sensor, but with AI, DePIN, and blockchain, so in urban areas, it can monitor pollution levels and provide like a real-time update to residents and even local authorities. That's the AI part, and I think the blockchain can ensure the data and and using the AI to predict whether the pollutions may occur based on the weather patterns or even traffic data. One more example, I think maybe the one, like tsunami. So I think AI can help with by deploying like sensor in flood regions or even in rising water level. It all can be collected and analyzed by using data, and people can use blockchain to record it and ensure that and give us the real-time predictions to help with any parent or early warning for communities. So I think that this may be the most realistic approach for the use case of AI, the trio of AI, blockchain, and DePIN, because our environment now has a lot of global warming, so we need something that's and that's fast and security, so that we can help to predict and notify people, citizens, as soon as possible. So I think it's maybe one of the most important use case at the moment.
Thank you, Katrina. I think that was a lovely answer. Nothing gets more real than environment or a natural uh, natural disaster. So I think a intersection of AI and blockchain can help humanity to progress. Especially, I've seen in traffic signals, local governments have installed blockchain-based CCTVs that send their data to the blockchain, and that's another real use case I was learning about recently. But thank you for the answer. It was interesting to look at from the environmental perspective. I would request now Zeus to give his opinion on this question.
Hey, thanks, Krishna. I agree with stability's point in terms of weather detection, right? Especially 20 years ago, the Christmas Boxing Day tsunami that hit the Indian Ocean. It was definitely a lack of infrastructure. So I think DPIN solves two things. So where infrastructure is lacking, it provides infrastructure. And where there's existing infrastructure, it provides infrastructure in a modular way. So let's take a look at the second point, right? We've touched on the first point in terms of providing infrastructure. The second thing is that DePIN typically aggregates resources. So whether it's GPU sharing, you're doing it modularly. You're aggregating all the GPU resources and providing them at a tokenized fraction or to the amount, in this case, at which AI companies need. So unlike centralized service providers, right, you don't have to buy bulk purchases or fixed expensive monthly payments, but you can buy just the amount that you need. In our case, we provide internet connection, data transmission at an accelerated speed at a fraction of the cost. So this comes especially pertinent for small, medium-sized AI companies. So for me, right, the Web3 component really comes in terms of incentivizing participation, especially where infrastructure lacks. So this, I believe, is the beautiful trio, as is the theme of our topic. So again, Web3 provides incentives, and then DePIN is really addressing where infrastructure lacks. And where infrastructure lacks, according to today's topic, is where we need to build greater infra for AI solutions to come.
Thank you for the answer, Zeus. That was a lovely point you made that the intersection of DePIN and AI could be a game changer, with DePIN providing infrastructure and incentivization for AI startups. Thank you. And last but not the least, we will go to Eitan to ask his opinion on this question. And Eitan, I'll start the next question with you. So again, the question is, what are some of the untapped use cases where the combination of these three sectors, that is AI, blockchain, and DePIN, could revolutionize the traditional infrastructure systems?
Yeah, so I fully agree with everything that was said before, so I don't want to repeat things. I would like to add some additional use cases that could potentially be revolutionary to our everyone's day-to-day life. So, and some of the things. It was mentioned earlier, environmental monitoring and management. And I fully agree. And in general, smart cities, urban management are use cases that I think that DePIN with DePIN networks, with decentralized sensors and IoT can provide real-time data analysis. So that's definitely something that we will see a lot. And at the same time, the blockchain in these use cases will have several roles. We'll have the secure infrastructure for data and for messages, making sure that the data integrity is maintained. Also the facilitator of payments through digital currencies. Additional areas include healthcare, where we can see AI agents revolutionizing healthcare through electronic health records that are being analyzed by AI agents, or collecting information, like in the case of remote patient monitoring. So collecting information and sending the information to the doctors. So again, the AI agents collect and analyze the data, but the blockchain is the infrastructure to maintain privacy and enable security for these health records. And there are quite a few additional areas. Every place where we see monitoring, IoT sensors that collect data that needs to be analyzed and acted upon. Areas like agriculture, disaster management, all these areas where we have so much data potentially being collected. So by providing these networks of sensors, of physical infrastructure that will collect the data, and then that will be analyzed by AI, and the security, the payment, the financial transactions and messaging will be done on top of a blockchain.
Those sound like real use cases that we can head towards. And these three solid pillars, that is AI, that are AI, blockchain, and DePIN, could be supporting a lot of these sectors, financial, healthcare, as you were saying, Ethan. So thank you for your answer. And I'll do a follow-up question. I'll ask the follow-up question to you only. That we see that DePIN has some challenges such as resource optimization, data security, and global adoption. So what role do you think or do you see that AI and blockchain are playing in addressing the DePIN's challenges?
Yeah, so I think that we will see quite a few challenges, and the combination with the development, the technological development, can definitely address. So let's go through some of these challenges. Just again, those are just a few examples. So in the area of resource optimization, for instance, so I think that AI is already revolutionizing the way resources get allocated and managed within. So the potential is that within DePIN systems, the resource allocation will be managed by AI. So if we're talking about networks of computing systems, so AI can help with dynamic load balancing and optimizing network performance in real time. Again, this is a task that requires a lot of data that is being collected in real time, and there has to be a very efficient calculation and compute to optimize the load balancing. We were talking about predictive resource allocation for maintenance purposes, energy management, and I haven't even started talking about security, where this is a huge challenge to secure all this data that gets collected. The more data, the more vulnerable the whole thing is, and if someone gets hold of a city data with all the traffic that is going on, obviously this is something that needs to be well protected. And here, after the AI manages all the data coming from the DePIN networks, we need something that will protect. So data security is where blockchain shines with cryptographic algorithms. So the attribute of immutability for record keeping, this is something that is starting to be part of regulations. So something needs to make sure that the records are being kept for traceability purposes, and that's where the blockchain comes into play to provide this immutability. So to summarize all that, in terms of challenges in the security space, so we're talking about immutability, compliance with the regulations, threat detection, privacy preserving techniques to make sure that all the data is being kept private, and this is where the blockchain can provide tremendous value. And on the resource optimization side, load balancing, predictive maintenance, even energy management, these are things that the combination of IoT and AI can provide a lot of value.
Thank you for your lovely answer, Ethan. And we often say that decentralized infrastructure, especially in DePIN, is a lot more secure than traditional centralized ways. I think blockchain plays a huge role in that. And I'm excited to see how combine that with AI would strengthen the security aspect of DePIN. So thank you for your answer, guys. Now we have joined in Erdem, who is the ambassador of REI Network. Erdem, I would let you quickly introduce yourself to our audience before I go to Zeus for his opinion on the same question, and then we'll come to you for the answer. So everyone, please welcome Erdem. And Erdem, mic is yours. Please let us know about yourself, about REI Network, and what are your goals for 2025.
Okay, hello. I am Erdem. I'm actually in blockchain space for several years, maybe since 2018 or 2019 probably. And I've been in different blockchain projects, like I've been in Launchpads, I've been in some different projects with different aims. Coming to REI Network is actually not a new project in the space. It is one of the oldest projects in Binance. So as you know, this is listed on Binance and Gate.io and different marketplaces. So to give you some introduction, REI Network is a decentralized public blockchain. And so this framework is actually designed to be lightweight, Ethereum compatible, and high performance. And it is aiming to provide a free model with fast transactions and low fees. And the REI token is the native token of the project. This is it is also supporting like GameFi and NFT development. And as you can see in the website, this is designed to be user friendly and adaptable to the blockchain development trend. So what REI Network cares is that the REI Network is also giving support to developers. So sometimes it is, when developers want to do something on a project, in a particular project, sometimes things can be hard for them. They don't have enough documentation, enough support. So REI Network is giving enough documentation. When somebody want to do something on the REI framework, when they have any questions, anything in their minds, we have a team that are ready to help. And also, REI Network is a decentralized public blockchain designed to operate smoothly across various devices using languages like Node.js. And as I said, this is EVM compatible, so it means this is supporting Ethereum virtual machine. So this is enabling seamless migration of the apps. And also, the network focuses on innovation and inclusivity. So it is aiming to address some problems in internet data related challenges and promote an equitable digital platform for people. And REI Network is actually achieving an almost free gas mechanism. So this is basically allowing users to complete on-chain transactions with almost zero fees. And also the network prioritizes speed. So there is like an average block time of like 3 seconds and a high transaction per second like rate over like 3,000. So REI tokens are on different places. As I said, in centralized cryptocurrency exchanges, I can tell you, like Binance, Gate.io, and there are some other things that you can see on CoinMarketCap. Yeah, that's all from me, and I'm waiting for your questions today.
Thank you for coming to the space. And we were actually discussing some of the use cases. And so you gave us some good examples. I would request you to address that. What role do you see in AI and blockchain playing in addressing DePIN's challenges? Some of the challenges are resource optimization, data security, and yeah. So what do you think? Zeus, would love to know your opinion on this question.
Yeah, so there are two things, right? Depending on the use cases. So for some applications, we value transparency. And transparency, as we all know, is especially there if the transaction is recorded on chain. And in other cases, we value privacy. So, for example, at multiple, we're sending data. Of course, there's a disclaimer where each user has to make sure that no illegal, unsavory content is transmitted through our network, and we do audits on the data that's checked, that's sent as well, checking to make sure that they're all good. But privacy is very important. So very often people are concerned. Firstly, hey, if I use a centralized source, are they training on my data? Are they looking at my profile and my user behavior? First thing. The second thing, okay, what if I use a decentralized solution? Are the nodes going to be able to compile all my data and also piece them together? So we value security a lot, and that's when we use blockchain in order to aggregate resources instead of transparency. So I guess blockchain is such a vast technology, right? It's really for the specific use case in terms of whether you want to use it again for transparency or for enhanced privacy.
Hey, thank you for the answer, Zeus. And I would like to know your opinions on this, Katrina. What do you think are some of the challenges that AI and blockchain are playing in addressing DePIN's challenges?
Um, yeah, thank you for the question. So I think the biggest challenges is that they is about data adaptation and data instability. So as I mentioned about the use case before, the use case about the environmental monitoring disaster. So I think the challenge for AI will be because we need to scale it like globally. So AI must handle a large volume of incoming data efficiently and in real time, and so this can require significant computational power, which may not always be available at the moment. And because of the large scale scalability for the sensor, so blockchain can face performance, especially when dealing with high frequency data updates from a vast number of sensors like globally. So I think that managing this data will cause like network congestion, and I think at the moment it's a key challenge for AI and blockchain to like scale globally. But in the future, I think to fully realize the potential of DePIN, we can easily overcome these challenges. That we can find a solution to like balance the scalability, and even we can process the real-time data and energy more efficient.
Thank you for the lovely answer, Katrina. It was great to hear your perspective on this. And yeah, I really believe that if we have to look it in ways of like an analogy, we can say DePIN is like a ride-sharing app for resources like compute and storage. Then AI would be your smart dispatcher, which makes the right drivers match to the right passengers. And I think blockchain could be your app's trust system, and it tracks every trip's data, and it ensures that no one can mess with records, take the wrong routes, take the wrong drivers. I know it's a little very simple way to relate to three pillars, but this was what I had in my mind. YJ, moving to you, I really would not want to know what are your opinions on this particular question, on this particular challenge for this deep in space. Yo, YJ, are you here with us? So I think YJ might be disconnected. Erdem, if you can hear me, I would like to know your role or know your opinion on. I'll repeat the question. Or what role do you see AI and blockchain playing in addressing DePIN's challenges? And challenges are resource optimization. It could be data security and global adoption.
Okay. First, as you said, there are some challenges like optimizing resources or securing data. So first, like to talk about resource optimization, as some of you may know, in DePIN, you've got distributed networks like it's energy, data, or computing power all over. So AI maybe can give you some information about where demand is high or where resources are underutilized. So it's like having a smart system that can help you where to send power or computing capacity to keep everything running smoothly. But actually, that's the spot where blockchain comes in. So it makes sure that every transaction is transparent and immutable. There is no cheating or hoarding resources. So in this system, blockchain may ensure that every action is accountable. So AI drives the optimization, and on the other hand, blockchain provides the trust and transparency needed to make sure things are fair. And also, in your question, the other part was about the data security. So decentralized networks are all about distributed data. But with this distribution, sometimes you have some risks, like maybe like breaches or tampering. So blockchain, in the nature, it actually makes sure that once data is recorded, it can't be altered, right? You can change it in any way. It's like uh, it's like a vault that is always locked, so and everyone can see that no one is tampering with the records. So now AI adds an extra layer of security. So it's actively monitoring the system, or like it's detecting irregularities or potential threats in real time. So you can think it have a system that is constantly scanning for vulnerabilities. So in this topic, I think AI and blockchain can make the network not only secure but also responsive to new threats as they rise.
Thank you for the answer, Adam. Yeah, I definitely agree with everything you say that the intersection of these AI, DePIN, and blockchain can lead to not only security but uh, accountability, efficiency, and scalability. So, thank you so much for the answer, YJ. If you are here with us, if you're still here with us, I would love to know your opinion on this question.
Hello, hello. Am I audible? I guess I lost the internet in
Yes.
between, but yes. So yeah, so let's just start
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, like the problems that has been mentioned by other speakers are legit, and I guess you were talking about the problems, right?
I was basically saying, how do you see that AI and blockchain what role can they play to address these problems or the problems that Deepin especially
Understood.
faces?
Yeah, so basically, the number one problem of the like, and why Deepin evolved or why all of this happened was that only that the compute has been governed by a couple of organizations. So if you'll see the stats of 2022, when all of this started, 60% of the whole compute was acquired by Microsoft and Nvidia, right? So that just signifies the amount of monopoly they have, or maybe a duopoly between Nvidia and AMD, maybe, and the companies which are acquiring this are majorly three, right? Microsoft, Google, and Amazon. Right. So that's where the real use case of blockchain comes into picture. Where what is blockchain? Right. Blockchain is nothing but a public ledger that is publicly owned and governed. Right. Thus, in that way, you are able to have this tech, the core tech that is required for fueling AI, right? For AI, you need compute. So without compute, you cannot do anything. Not even train a model. You cannot do inference. You cannot do anything without compute. That's the building block of AI, right? And thus, you need blockchain. It's as easy as that.
Sounds like we are heading to a very exciting time and we are very early into the space. Thank you for this lovely analogy and example, YJ. Loved your answer. So, guys, thank you. As we are running out of time, I would really like to thank our lovely guest speakers and our lovely listeners, our lovely audience for sticking around for so long. And to our lovely guests for sharing such insights. Before you go, guys, make sure to check out the co-host for this evening, Kima Network, and also check out Stability World AI Cluster Protocol. We have Kima Network and REI Network. So before we go, I would quickly like to know some of the closing remarks of the speakers, starting with you, Zeus. Do you have some closing remarks for us and for the listeners?
Yes, 100%. For 2025, right? For those that would like to get into DePIN, very often they meet the hurdle. Hey, perhaps we need to purchase huge amounts of GPU resources before we can share. We need to purchase expensive nodes before we can start earning. Definitely welcome you to check out our ecosystem at Multiple Network, where you can just download the software and actually share a bandwidth and start making points and tokens with us. So this could be your first step into the exciting space of DePIN that we've just discussed. I wanted to give a shout out to all the projects, especially Mizzle for hosting us. Mizzle's no code compute and unlimited scaling is wonderful. So I know sometimes it's hard for the host to promote himself. Just wanted to give a big shout out and happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you for coming here, Zeus. I know it's around 11 or 12 a.m. In your time, so really appreciate you giving us your valuable knowledge and time to not only us but to the audience as well.
Thank you.
Ethan, thank you for coming to the space. Do you have some closing remarks for us? And also a big thank you to Kima Network for being the co-host for this evening.
Yes, so I just want to say that Kima sees as this whole space as a something that will progress in a very fast pace, and we know that there will be no single standard for sending messages. So we will see multiple infrastructures emerging on multiple platforms and infrastructures. And the way we see the world is that everyone can build on whatever platform they want, and we will just make everything interoperable. So agents from multiple ecosystems, from multiple infrastructures, will be able to communicate, will be able to transact monetary transactions. And this is really where Kima's solution comes to play in this space, because we think that we will see so many agent infrastructures and ecosystems that will eventually need to communicate and transact, and that's where Kima comes to play. So we're very excited by this space, and I would love to work with everyone, with the other speakers on this call. So thank you everyone for listening today, and happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays, Ethan, and thank you for coming to the space, giving us your valuable time. And best of luck to Team Kima for the plans ahead. My friend YJ, do you have some closing remarks for us and our audience?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you very much for this exciting Twitter space. Regarding the final thoughts, do check us out on our socials. We are hosting multiple marketing campaigns. Also, we are planning our token launch in the coming quarter one of 2025. Alongside that, there are a couple of things aligned alongside. So keep an eye, and yeah, wishing you all the speaker panel, as well as the audience, a very happy new year.
Happy New Year to you too, YJ, and all the best for the campaigns and the token launch planned. Thank you for coming to the space and giving us your valuable time. Katrina, from Stability World AI. Katrina, do you have some closing remarks for us?
So first, thank you, Mizzle, for hosting this engaging discussion with Eden, Zeus, Artem, and even YJ. So at Stability World AI, we believe that the intersection of this technology can offer opportunities to transform like traditional system for creators, businesses, and communities worldwide. So as we continue to innovate and build, you guys can check our website or even our Telegram application that we in Q2 after the listing date we also gonna have an NFT marketplace so that traditional and even untraditional users can come and create their own NFT and sell it on the marketplace. And so I hope that in the future we can all collaborate, innovate, and bring AI and blockchain to a new level. So wish you guys have a nice new year. And once again, I want to thank Mizzle for hosting this AMA.
Thank you for coming, Katrina. It's a pleasure to host you. And all the best to Stability World AI. You guys are building something very fascinating. So check them out, guys. Last but not the least, Erdem. Any final remarks before we close today's space? Anything you want to address to our audience?
Well, the topic AI, blockchain, and DePIN. I personally am very confused about AI. Like, things are changing rapidly. There are new initiatives that are putting some new products in AI, and also the blockchain. It is surprising you in different moments. People are waiting some different scenarios, but they don't happen at all. What can I say? Well, I think AI is transforming industries by enhancing productivity. But I think with this rapid progress, it is important to address some ethical things. I think there are a lot of misuse. We should be careful about this. And on the other hand, for the Bitcoin part, I think this is continuing to assert itself as a financial asset. But I think its future is still remaining as a mystery because not a lot of people expected it to surpass 100,000 in this year, but it happened. So yeah, I'm wondering. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Hey, it's a little confusing when it gets to AI, and that is why we are hosting Twitter Spaces every Friday to bring you closer to the projects, to the ideas, and to the innovations making waves in this ecosystem. So, guys, if you found and thank you once again, Erdem, for sharing your insights and coming to today's session. And guys, if you found value in today's session, so make sure to share with your community and tag us. And thank you once again for our lovely guest and the listeners for joining us. We'll see you next Friday for another deep dive into the future of decentralized technology. Till then, Happy New Year and happy holidays. Bye bye. Good night.